Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. Today is July the 3rd, 2015.
And we come back after 2 weeks of
break. We have our mixing table back. Hallelujah. Thank you. The soul of our studio is working again. And our fearless founder, Andrea, is also back. He looks pretty exhausted from his trip. It apparently appears like it wasn't much of a vacation.
Hey, it's happened. So, what's happened, Madame Renu? Because we are now in July after 2 months of...
Well, let's talk a few little things. Just first of all about the weather. Hasn't been much rain. It's oppressive. It's hot. Although it's still green due to the rains in May, but it is hot.
Yeah, it's hot, it's dry. And for the forest, we start to give water again.
Things are looking miserable because they got a false hope with the rain. So that's July. But of course, we all know that weather patterns around the world are completely different and breaking world records all over the place for hot heat and cold, extreme weather conditions are a continuing trend. There was a couple of things I wanted to talk about. One, I saw that in the news and notes, the FAMC report. I was really delighted to see that they had finally decided to use one export number for the entire of Auroville. I thought, wow, that took a long time to achieve that kind of useful coordination.
What does it mean exactly?
What it means is that...
Before there was different encode number, so they need to decide to...
different businesses had their own export license, I assume, and then you had this Auroville Export Trust, which wasn't very active. In the sense of a community service, it wasn't active. So
you are happy for that?
Yeah, I think that's really good because it really bothers me. Because basically, if you really ask me, I find that there is not enough reflection. I mean, look at it's very interesting because right now we really see that climate change and economic policies are totally linked. And I find the economic policies and the thrust a little bit lacking in information, lacking in imagination, and lacking in reform. So, I was happy to see one little step after all these years.
Okay, so
they're not the only ones. I mean, there's...
You have another one, good news.
Another good news?
Yeah.
No other good news. Good news here. It says that people who had PIO status, which were person of Indian origin, can now get OCI status, which is slightly more improved and stands for Overseas Citizen of India. Something that I have been trying to get, but I am having a lot of time proving I'm half Indian, it seems. So, despite my skin, my story doesn't work. What else? Yes. So I'm pursuing that. The Youth Link is also seems to be quite active out of the retreat, so that's kind of good. I saw that in the news and notes, Gino had some questions about how to manage fences, how to manage neighborly situations. I guess he has some land. I don't have the news and notes right in front of me, so I'm going to try and answer Gino as best as I can. Gino, common sense, courtesy, and firmness are your answers. If your fence is overflowing on your neighbor's land, yes, because he's going to lose revenue by the shade caused or by the increasing size of your creeper, so he's going to be losing his land, especially if it's arable land that he's going to be farming on. So, yeah, you need to keep your fence trimmed and not have it overgo on your neighbor. Then secondly, he asked how to deal with it. You have to be very polite. You have to be firm. You have to defend Auroville land. But you have to do it as a representative of Auroville. And so you have to be very much in control of your emotions and your behavior. That's my basic response to Gino's questions. I hope that helps answer. I think you had some other questions about live fences. I'm sure there's a lot.